going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and we're here for Fan Friday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is your show where you bring all the questions, topics, comments, anything that is on your mind. And we've got a lot of things that are going around. And look, man, I've told you guys what is coming from my camp, and everything that's been going down, I'll break down here on the show. But want to hear everything on your minds, how you feel about Shaquille Leonard, Derek Barnett being waived, all that stuff I know you're going to bring up, but appreciate you taking the time. Hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to you all if I didn't get to talk to you, but we're live here, baby. And, obviously week 12, cannot believe that it's week 12 of this season. Like, come on, man. We feel like it takes forever, right, to get here, and it does. And then it gets here and you're like, wait a second, we're 9-1. Yeah, best team in the NFL. I love it. But it's week 12. And yes, I can't wait for the playoffs. Yes, I want to win that Super Bowl that I've been talking about for way too long. But my Lord, it's just flying by. But I appreciate all of you, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you. So I just want to let that be known. We talked about that the other day, but I really cannot thank you all enough for taking the time, tuning in here. And I love these Fan Fridays. You guys that get your questions in the mailbag and all the stuff you bring to the table. You always got me drifting out to sea here, but cannot thank you enough. But it is clearly Kelly Green week here for the Eagles. Bills. Oh my, cannot wait for this matchup. It's going to be a great one. And we had behind enemy lines. We talked about the game status report this week. So broke those things down. Go check those bad boys out. I'll post them down in the comments below after the show. But tomorrow will be the top 13 matchups in this game, and you're going to get everything you need to know broken down about this bad boy, individual players, all that great stuff. And then we're going to also have the practice squad elevations tomorrow, so we'll know who is being brought up from the practice squad. And we've got a few people out, and I'll show you that list. If you missed it, you don't want to be here live and talk to me, well, you can go check that out. That is there. And we've got 4 players out. Dallas Goedert, not a surprise, but we've got some things to talk about here tonight. That's the point. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me jump over here to the comments, check out what's going on in the chat, and let's go. We got Liz starting us out. Happy Fan Friday to you all, a Black Friday. So hope you got some good deals. Hope you're all enjoying this holiday season. And, well, you know what this means. It is now Christmas season, and I've already seen the stuff. I know you guys have seen it. I just saw a truck earlier tonight. I was getting Chelsea at her shop. I was there, and there's this truck with a huge sign on it, and she's like, you don't hear that? I'm like, what? And oh my God, put my window down. I heard it. It's begun. So we all know what's coming. But hey, I'm not the Grinch here or anything like that, although I do love my green. Just you know what's coming, so be prepared. And happy Fan Friday to you as well, China. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Friday, and a beautiful Friday actually today. Thankful for that glorious weather. And look, we talked about some things earlier today, so some of you, I'm seeing you again, but always nice to see you. And look, I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving again. It was a great time. For me and the family. I didn't get to see my mom for the first time. Crazy. And she is there with my grandparents. So big shout out to them, sending my love to them. And I hope you guys all get to see your family, friends, and definitely had a great holiday here. I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited for this holiday. And we all know that, well, right after that, then it's going to be the second Christmas when the Eagles win the Super Bowl. So let's go. Fan Friday here tonight. Love to see that love being shared in the chat. Let's go, baby. I'm ready to rock and roll here. And it is going by way too fast. And I just needed to go ahead and pump the brakes here because I'm enjoying it. I really am. And we've talked about it, right, Liz? You brought up a great point. After we beat these Chiefs and we talked about it, and I really appreciate you taking a stand there for me because it gets really tiresome. But we talked about, let's enjoy the ride. Let the negative Nancy's have theirs. We're going to be thankful, right? So in the Thanksgiving spirit here, we're all very thankful that the Philadelphia Eagles are 9-1, the best team in the NFL. And oh yeah, I didn't see the post about fan mailbag until well, you could have done it. I'm quick with it, and I would have got it right out there for you. I was wondering, I'm like, damn, no Liz. Oh, okay. But we do have one in here, and it's perfect for, well, what we're talking about. So we're going to jump into that. But, I do enjoy being the best team in the NFL. I'm not going to lie to you. And we've talked about it each week, how we continue to grow and get better. And look, each week, that's what we do on these Fan Fridays. You guys come in here, ask me the questions. I tell you how we can fix this, get better. Let's go. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Yo, my man, Emmanuel from Puerto Rico. Let's go. I love to see it all over the globe. You guys tuning in, and I really appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing well. And look, man, it's a beautiful Fan Friday because, anytime, we come here, we talk about, hey, look, we're top of the mountain. We keep winning. And look, we lost that one game. Atrocious. How do we lose to the Jets? And look, that goes to show you any given Sunday. And well, it is what it is. But look, I'll be real with you. This team, they're going to continue to grow, get better. And, well, I've enjoyed these each and every week. So very thankful for each and every one of you always coming in here, supporting the channel. And, yo, Jackson G, my man, hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And, yo, man, how awesome is this game? Because for me, this is huge. You remember a couple years back, and obviously for a few years now, I've been trying to get people on board with Jalen Hurts and trying to explain his development, why this kid was going to continue to grow and be something special. And I just happened to use a guy named Josh Allen. And boy, were people furious. And that was one of my most liked and commented on damn things I ever made. But I was just trying to show people what Jalen Hurts, maybe let's pump the brakes on everybody, trade him, get rid of him. And I think I made that graphic at the end of not last year, the year before that or something like that. But obviously, I've been trying to get everybody on the Hurts train from day one here. But it was a great graphic, and I think people, this is going to be a big one. Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts, and obviously you're going against the defenses, not them. But look, man, this is big, and we're going to see if Josh Allen can come into Philadelphia. My best friend, dude, he is a Bills fan, and always felt bad for him growing up. And I'll be real with you, as an Eagles fan, wearing the Kelly green, everything it's going to be really enjoyable. I'm not going to lie to you. I will not be watching it with them. I do not watch games with fans of other teams now. I got too much going on where I don't want to have to get out the sweet chin music. You don't want to see my foot start tapping and then boom, it's over. We don't need that happening. But yo, man, I appreciate you tuning in. Love to see you guys sharing that love there. And we've got Paul up in here. Let's go. Hey, and told you we're going to talk about that right here, right now. And we talked about it earlier today on the show. If you guys are tuning in, and I made a post, on if you follow me on all these social platforms down below. But Paul, great question here. You guys know I've got some sources, and I will never tell you anything unless it's actually from a source. So I got something to tell you. And look, man, I always get those people like, oh, you source, trust me, bro. Like, no, man. I created this channel to be the counteraction to that. Actually, there wasn't much of this when I first started, but that has always been my point, to go against the media doing that. But you see a lot of the fans piggybacking off the bullshit, always making things up. Oh, I give it my source. And they've never gotten anything right. Only problem for those people is my track record is 100%. So if I say something, well, that means it's actually something. So what I've said, if you happen to have missed it, is the fact that Darius Leonard has decided that, well, he's going to pick between two teams, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. And don't like to hear that, the Cowboys being in the mix, but I'll be honest with you. I've heard that the edge may be closer shade of green, but there are some things that go into it. Family, certain things at his stage in his career that he wants to make sure of. I'll just leave it at that. Don't want to give too much away there, but had a nice conversation earlier today. And we talked about, me, I'm going to dig. So I got excited. And I always come out like proper, like in a way, but then I realized like, that's my dude. And we've, created a good friendship here over the past few years. And I reached out and I was like, all right, what are you feeling about Darius Leonard? Well, apparently, of course, this dude, he's always, but works out, been to his house, all this great. He knows him. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, then we got you, right? You're there. So you're gonna, right? You're putting, he's like, well, I mean, it's his choice. I'm like, look, man, you need to be on the phone right now, letting him know, come on down. Let's win you a ring. So try to explain to him, about what we've been talking about, how I've been telling you about the practice squad, things like that. And he told me, look, here's the thing. This dude might actually have to be signed to the active roster. We wanted to put him on the practice squad, just like a lot of these veteran players. And really, it's just a no-brainer. But what you can do is you can give them the promise of guaranteed money, give them a signing bonus, things like that, put them on the practice squad, and then, obviously you're going to elevate them a couple times, but we do have an open roster spot. It was down to Quez and Evans. We talked about coming off. Evans isn't going to come off this week, maybe Quez, but you talk about him possibly starting on the practice squad. He could go to the active roster if it has to happen, just contractual stuff. So keep that in mind, but I'm still hoping for just being able to put him on the practice squad, elevate him for a game or two, put him on the active roster, then like you did with Julio Jones, a lot of other players like that, Nicholas Morrow. We talk about just trying to make our cap, continue to have some just in case things happen. And, well, something just happened, and you've got about $2.5 million we talked about, so you could definitely sign him. His cap hit could be jack shit, around $1 million, and he's just going to, replace someone who just went to IR. So you are going to have to spend some money there. But look, man, I told you I'm all about it. And a lot of people use wash this, that, and look, yeah, he had a back injury. You got to be concerned there, but for nothing, like to, vet minimum, throw dirt at the wall, like why not? This dude, obviously 3 all-pro appearances. He is very, very talented. And clearly, when you get hurt, things happen, but only, getting this break here, not being on a team, maybe have him on the practice squad. He doesn't even get elevated at first. Maybe you give him a chance to really get healthy and learn the system, right? Why rush it? But you have a guy like him. We were using Dean and the other 2 guys, Morrow and Cunningham. And, if Dean is out, that's going to be unfortunate. And these guys, Morrow and Cunningham, are doing well, but they're also older veterans. Well, they're both, I think, around 28, which Shaq Leonard is. So all 3 of them around the same age, but why not get another veteran who can come in? And honestly, I think it'd be a great help. I think it'd be good in the locker room. I know he's had some issues there, but the Colts just seem like a terribly run organization. So I think there's a good chance, man. And I would be all for it. I really would be all for making this team better. And, if he's not good enough to start, he's not going to start, so kicking the tires is why not? Why not? So all good, but it does feel good at the top. So I'm going to get to you, China. You actually had the question in the mailbag. So we're going to get to that in a second here, but let's see you guys sharing that love there. And I'm somewhat along the same line. Yeah, well, what they're saying out there. So I can't wait to talk about it. Do you think we can get some good use? Hey, yeah, I was just mentioning that there. And great question. But look, why not find out, right? I mean, kick the tires on it, and you don't have to spend that much money if you can get him on that practice squad. That's what I'm talking about here. People talking about Derek Barnett. That was already going to happen. I've told you, he's been inactive for the last couple of weeks. This was coming. This was going to happen regardless of Shaq Leonard. He wasn't even released yet, right? So this was already going to happen. They're not really coincided, but now they kind of are. You know what I mean? Like you're playing fantasy and you already had this move you were going to make, but then somebody drops somebody, right? And you're like, oh, son of a bitch. You're like, well, now I want him too. So you got to figure out your roster. You got to make some moves, right? Hopefully that's a good analogy for you, but I think that why not, man? And you could put him on the active roster, but then you got the Quez and Justin Evans. Justin Evans, you don't have to worry about till next week, but he has to come off or it's season-ending IR for him. So you're going to need a roster spot for him. They're like, Watkins is questionable for Sunday's game. So they want to take him off, however anybody feels about that. But, his window is opened. He's questionable. If he's out, he can, obviously still come off next week. But it's like, I'm hopeful for the practice squad thing there. So we'll see. But I would definitely be all for it. And yo, Troy, I can't wait either. I'm ready to run through an effing wall, baby. Once the stuff starts get going and, Howie, you feel like, okay, now Howie's a part of it. It's like, this is Howie's time, right? This is where I get excited. I get to make videos, talk to you guys, break stuff down, break down the cap, all that stuff, so I love it, man. Howie's always working, and I'd love to be a part of that someday, dude. Go Birds, all about it. But what has happened in the Bills this year? Well, we talked about that a little bit on Behind Enemy Lines. A lot of talent still there, doing well, but turnovers really killing them. Josh Allen, giving the ball up, some fumbles, some costly things that I think could be, cleaned up, and a little Brett Favre-ish maybe out there getting wild. But, I saw somebody say that the other day too. And I'm like, yeah, I just made that comparison the other day. But look, I always say that. And I like Josh Allen. When I made that Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen comparison, I was saying, Josh Allen's a good quarterback. And everybody's like, oh, you could never be as good as him. And right now, Jalen Hurts is better than him. So I need everybody to understand, like, I've seen the light and I'm just trying to show people, but I still appreciate Josh Allen. I understand that, So look, for me, this is going to be a great game. I still, you can't sleep on the Bills, man. Holy shit. Their defense is great. Their offense is loaded. Sean McDermott, I grew up watching him, on the Eagles staff here as an assistant. So for me, this is going to be really exciting. He's going to want to come into Philly and win this one. But it's a great question there, Liz. And love to see you guys in here chatting it up. And my pleasure, my man here, if I can get to you, Paul. But the chat's going wild a little bit. Oh, I think I just saw Luffy there for a second. Lost you there somehow, but we'll find you. But yeah, it's my pleasure here. And so China, I'm gonna get into your question right now. Does he want a ring or not? And you're not kidding. No, you're not. But look, why not? So he wants to, come here to the Cowboys. Why don't you come here and get yourself a ring here, Shaq? And look, you've got friends you could be working with, bro. I know them. They're great people. I'm telling you, Shaq, you already know them. So, yeah, I don't have to explain it. But go on down to Philadelphia and win yourself a Super Bowl. But let's check out this fan question from the mailbag. Thank you so much for this one, China. Would you rather blow out teams or have the best record in the league? And I love it. And I know why you're asking this, because you see crap like ESP, people out there like, well, Eagles just aren't out here getting style points. They're not out here blowing them out. They need to be getting 400 passing yards, 300 rushing. Look, that's just ridiculous. If you're not watching the effing games, you probably have no idea what's going on. And I think that's what's happening to them. Or they are watching it, but maybe doing a little much drinking and eating and really not watching it, or maybe just not knowing what they're watching. But sometimes you don't need to pass when you're winning and you just want to run the ball and run the clock out. So context really matters. Sometimes you're down, so you need to pass and you're not going to run. I feel like these are very simple, basic, and I'm not talking down to you guys, you sickos. I know you know, but it's so crazy to see it out there. And I know that's why China asked it, because obviously it's about the W. I don't want to have the most stats in the world and have 1 win, 9 losses. That's not what I want. I'm not playing, fantasy or some shit trying to get the most points here. I want to win, and by any means necessary. And this team knows that. And here's the great thing, man. We can beat you in a plethora of ways. We talked about this offense being able to do that. And I think that's very obvious, right? I don't think I need to point that out to anybody. I mean, you've got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and we did have Dallas. Obviously, he's hurt right now, but you got Julio here. You've got Olamide, Stoll, and Alberto are going to have to fill in. Calcaterra's out for this game, but you got Swift. You got Kenny G. You got Boston Scott. Obviously, Jalen Hurts. This offensive line. Oh, but this defense, man. Each week, they're playing a different style of defense. They're matching up, just like we thought. Kind of what Gannon would do more of. He really didn't do much of, but this defense playing awesome. You got a lot of guys finally getting on the same page. Yes, they're making mistakes, and people want to eat that stuff. But it's like, man, let this team grow together. A lot of new pieces, new coordinators, new things being put in place. And with these injuries, a lot of things have to change on the fly, and you figure out new things after you finally just got some things working out. And it's like, okay, well, you saw this week. We talked about Dallas Goedert was making such an impact and how much he mattered to this offense. And then you see him get hurt. And it's like last week, I told you, not more Stoll and Calcaterra, it would be less the tight ends, period, more of the 3-4 wide receiver set. So we have to figure it out, man. So we'll see. Back over to the chat, but it's a great question there, China. And obviously, I want to be the best team in the league. And I know you're being facetious there, because it's ridiculous to see all that stuff out there. Like, oh, well, and you see it from the Cowboys fans. The Chiefs say, well, your stats don't beat my stats. And this stat had that stats. And it's like, all right, dude. Like, well, that's why I don't talk to those people, because it's like, well, I mean, we could talk about why this stat isn't that, or like it's wild out there. But it, kind of makes sense as to why they thought Hurts wouldn't develop, right? Don't know much about what's going on. They're just not flowing. Look, I think the Bills have definitely shocked a lot of people in the department that they are 6-5 and not doing too well, but they're still a team not to sleep on. They're in like 8th in their division. I can show you that. But look, they really, they have not been, and my buddy, I told you, he's a Bills fan. So it's like, when you don't hear much from him, like he's just like me, like obviously, like I'm going to drop kick somebody if we lose. But the Bills are sitting in 8th, man. That's not something you thought. The Steelers, Texans, the Browns, Dolphins, Jags, Chiefs, and Ravens there in front of them. But it's pretty wild. But you see, man, they're right there. Like the number 2 team is 7-3, so a game and a half behind them. So I honestly, I think for me, well, 2.5 maybe, I guess, because 6, 7, or whatever. So, but you catch my drift. They're right there, and this is obviously a very important game for them. And anybody, every time they're playing them is trying to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That to them, a lot of teams like the Cowboys, that's their Super Bowl of the year, right? If they get that win, that's what they get to remember, and they're going to talk about all off season because, well, they're not going to have anything else. So that's what these kind of teams want, and this team, they're hoping to get in those playoffs, so they're fighting for that chance. And obviously, they've got a tough task in front of them in the Philadelphia Eagles. But whoa, showing you the wrong stuff there. My apologies. That was something I was actually working on there earlier. Hey, a little sneak peek. Usually, if you're a channel member, you'll get some sneak peeks and stuff. But no, that did not happen. Do not get. But getting some things ready after I told you what my source told me. So I'm just kind of doing what I always do, just like the same thing when we talked about like Julio, or when I told you about James Bradbury or Reddick or anything else like that. We're always just going to put those good vibes on it. When the Eagles are talking to him, when, hey, let's go. I'm all about it, dude. So I'm hoping tomorrow we're having that video where we are talking. Hell, I hope one of you guys is telling me in the chat, we're signing him right now. And I just cut you right off, because then I'm going to be making a video because I got a lot of stuff for you there. Let's go. I'm looking forward to it, though, for sure. But let me hear your thoughts on this game and everything. Dallas getting is that man's hopes up. Look, yeah, man, Dallas, you don't want to go there. Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't do it. And he would be, man. So you talk about Cunningham, Morrow being, at that age, but they still got a lot left in the tank. But for me, we were using the 3 when Dean was back very well. And I thought, obviously, Dean's got room to develop and grow, but it's his first year starting, so I'm not upset about it. But I think that a veteran like him, maybe in the right situation, gets a couple weeks to let that back, get right, learn the system. I'm not against it at all, man. So, look, we lost Dean to IR, and we don't even know if he's going to be able to come back. So we'll see. Dallas Niners both getting 10 days to prepare for the Eagles thing. Oh, they really do, man. And I agree with you 100% there. That's a great point. You see stuff like that when the schedule comes out. We always have those schedule breakdowns and stuff. And it's like they try to give us this gauntlet that they talked about. And I told your asses even before the season started, gauntlet. Yeah, like you think this is scary to us. So I told you at that point, they're going to be scared as shit of us. And that's where we're at. We just took out the Chiefs, dog. That's the Super Bowl champion defending team, right? Obviously. And all these teams, they always fail after they win or they lose in the Super Bowl. Kiss my ass. I told you. I give a shit about your hangovers. I don't care about the past. We're the now. We are the Philadelphia Eagles, and we are the truth, dude. And look, man, they're going to have to do everything they can. They're going to put it all on us. And we saw it in the Super Bowl. So I knew this year they're going to do everything they could. We saw that schedule, and sure as shit. So a great point there, Devin, in the fact that do what you can, man, but you're not stopping this juggernaut of a team. And I'm going to continue to say it. We are building a dynasty here. We're going to win that Super Bowl. We need to obviously get that foundation truly set and started. And look, I feel we're going to dominate this league for a while, because I've broken it down into detail with the cap in the future, the draft picks in the future, all these things that we have, and the pieces that we keep continuing to draft, to sign to certain deals where I'm telling you, man, this team is going to continue to dominate. And after halfway through the season, I think they all see what I mean, man. 29th in run defense, and we were home. Look, we talked about all of those things. I don't think they're the 29th run defense, but we did. If you guys missed Behind Enemy Lines, you can go check that bad boy out, and it's got all the stats you guys want to see, all the breakdown there. But they are 16th against the run, giving up 110.5 yards per game there. And look, 10th in total yardage, 4th in points allowed. So this defense playing pretty well, 7th in turnovers. So, yeah, man, we got to watch out for this team. And again, you can see this offense playing pretty well here and not giving up sacks. They're best in the league. And the problem is the turnovers. You see, they're fumbling the ball, throwing interceptions. So it is a combination of these things. And again, you guys can always check out the beginning of the week. I will post it in the comments then after this show is over. But I always have a breakdown of these teams, and it has their stats, their standings, their entire roster by position, who's on IR, who's on their practice squad. You will know everything about their team the entire week. I keep you up to date with all of the injuries. If you're into that stuff, it's posted every day to my YouTube. You're more than welcome to subscribe and join the family. Bunch of sickos out here, though, just letting you know we do love our birds. But let me jump on back over here. And we're back to Luffy, where I think I saw you somehow. You came in like a ghost. I don't know. And then it just disappeared. But look, yeah, they gave us we both had a bye for the Chiefs. So, hey, they could do what they please, man. But look, rotational depth. Hey, we got a lot of depth here. But when you get injuries, you got to start looking to add in other places. And yeah, that's the point, right? You don't want to see him go there. Obviously, Rashaan Evans left here because he knew he'd be able to play over there. But look, but they've been pretty mid this year. Don't know what you're talking about, but I was just, if you heard me here, my man, I was just going through that. But look, he's choosing between the Eagles and the Cowboys. That's what it sounds like. So, but my source told, I mean, I put one of you guys, somebody, they always try to call me out. So I posted like a little something from my text, but look, he was telling me it's between that, and he said, where is he? Like South Carolina for some reason or some shit like that. Oh, my Bills fan buddy is texting me. But no, he was saying that he was explaining a lot there, dude. I better not show you that because somebody's gonna try to screenshot or something. But dude, I think that it's very close to happening. And we're gonna pray that it's for the Eagles. But there's some funny things that he's got to decide. And, one being family. That's a great thing. You always got to put everything into perspective here. What these guys are human beings, so where did he grow up? What did, all these things where it matters. And look, man, this kid, he's still 28 years old. So he's still got some left in the tank, but you're hopeful. And for me, I was talking about maybe we'll get something Monday, right? Let this week play out. But he told me, it sounds like he can make his decision possibly by tomorrow morning. I'm hopeful that happens because now if it doesn't, then I'm just going to be like a little crackhead, like, oh, when's it going to happen? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not trying to talk crap on anybody there. But if you got issues with that, reach out, man. I wasn't making jokes. But look, well, I was. Yeah, you get it. But, dude, I'm hoping I'm here sitting making a video talking about him tomorrow. That'd be great. Let's just put it that way. But do you think Sean Styles going to plan to hit Josh on somehow? Oh, hell yeah, man. I really do. And I was just mentioning earlier, the great thing about this defense is each week we have something different for each offense. And that's how it should be, man. You shouldn't think that I could just come out here, I'm Chip Kelly, and whatever I do is just going to work. And the great part is a lot of times Sean Desai, still on the fly, trying to learn here. And, it's great to see that he adjusts. And that's something that our last defensive coordinator didn't like to do. So it gives me a lot of hope that I love this dude. And I hope he sticks around for a while. But a very bright mind. And, he wants to be palpable. He wants everyone, this defense to make people feel them. And I love that about this defense. So I think one of the things we talked about, though, was we were hoping for, the sacks and the turnovers. And look, we've been getting some sacks here, but the turnovers have not been happening, man. So that kind of sucks. But look, I think that this defense, obviously the secondary has just dealt with a plethora of injuries, and that blows. So you got to do what you got to do, man. Figure it out. But this dude is really trying to implement some things that I really enjoy. And we talked about Sidney Brown and Justin Evans being used as third safeties, dime backers, all these things that, my God, how many times have I repeated it since this off season, man? And I talked about that before we even drafted Sidney Brown, why I thought we should get him. You guys remember how excited I was just at the prospect of getting him. And now that we have him, I think these pieces are finally going to be able to be used if Roby stays healthy. Fired and Blankenship on the same page. We talked about trading for a safety. Obviously, once Evans got hurt, it needed to happen. And, dude, the four of these guys together, I like the safety room. I like the corner. I like what we got going on here. And I think, obviously, the front, we all know what's going on there. So, hey, I'm very excited about the future of this team. And keep growing, getting better. And crap, man, more people can get hurt. More things can happen. But you just keep... next man up, have to have that mentality to keep fighting. So let's go. Colts let him go because they are just the most horribly run franchise. And he's been miserable there. They've got some really talented young linebackers there who have been playing over him. Franklin, Speed. And, I think that obviously they could have tried. They should have just traded him, even if it was for a 7th round pick or swapped with someone, like give them him and, a 7th, get a 6, like whatever, dude. I can't believe they didn't trade him do something. But instead they get this huge chunk of dead money, man. And that's the dumbest thing you could have ever done. Like, you get nothing in return. Like, and now you don't even have them. So they're not intelligent. It is what it is, man. Jug's bad, okay? And yes, indeed. 9-1. Let's go. That's correct. I think the reason the media is against the style of the ball the Eagles play is because it goes against it. Well, yeah, man. And, we have a black quarterback, so that, of course, offends them. And they just, anything different, it's just going to hurt their feelings. And, well, you see them, dude. Each week it's moving the goalposts. Each week, it's this. They're not throwing it. They're not running it. It's like, all right, dude. Holy hell. Yeah, they're always, well, this team's better. This team's better. They've done this. Oh, my God. Did you see what they did to the Commanders? Oh, did you see what they did to the Giants? And it's like, all right, dude. Like, hey, do you see what we did to you? Like, what? Like, well, we beat this team by that much, and you only beat them by that much, right? And it's like, yeah, and we beat you, dude. Well, you see, doesn't matter, guys. If you win without the stats, it's like, bro, I won't do it, dude. I don't know how people do it out there, man. But and look, we literally are going to be at a point, and I've told you, we're going to get clicking, man. And like when Dallas comes back, and dude, things are going to get rolling, and we will steamroll teams. And it's going to be right at the right time, right? Because we're going to go through the playoffs, steamroll everyone, and get that Super Bowl. Let's go. So, dude, man, but it's so crazy. Like, winning is the most important stat, and it's so funny to see that they just, the narratives they create out there are wild. They really are. And look, man, they're going to do all kinds of things to prevent us. The teams have played us tough, and this is the NFL, man. That stuff's going to happen, and we dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff's happened. So, hey, you got to expect that each week. I'd love to blow people out, but I'd also just like to win. Trust me, I don't want to feel like I'm going to have a heart attack every game. I don't like that, but we expected it. New coordinators, new pieces, but look, we didn't expect the injuries. That kind of stuff just happens. You got to go into the season, just have faith that, we're in good hands, and we are, man. We got Howie, Nick, Jalen, everybody, the leaders of this team. Obviously, Jeffrey Lurie at the helm, just letting these people do their thing and continue to build. I'm all about it, man. Easy schedule, and I've told you guys, look, 8-1 last year against winning teams. It's tied for the best record with the Patriots in history. So they always try to create narratives. And, this year it was, this is the toughest schedule ever. And it's like, okay. And I told you before the season started, I said, remember, toughest schedule ever. When we run through all those teams, well, they're not even good. Well, they didn't. And it's always something. I don't care. End of the year, you'll see what will start blowing out. Hey, man, I've been repeating it, and I will continue to explain that this team, obviously has things to work on, and they're going to do that. Like, it's not fire everyone, cut everyone. That's not the answer here. And each week, it's always a new candidate, right? Media, are we getting rid of this guy? It's like, holy no, we're not. But dude, all about making excuses. But the one person we talked about that was going to be gone, Derek Barnett, and sure enough, there he is. So tune in, man. We're trying to keep in tune with everything, right? We got a lot of lies out there. The media will get you. But I talk to real, there's good people in the media. I try to talk to them, and obviously I have a very close source. So just try to do what I can, man. And they'll always make excuses, man. So I mean, screw them. But do not expect to see the Browns. I don't know what you're talking about. See what anything. Do not expect to see the Browns and Texans higher than the Bills. Yeah, right. Texans. I just traded CJ Stroud and Devontae Adams and Mostert, who just went off there. But I've got I just traded for Derek. I've been working my Howie. I'm the Howie of effing fantasy right now. I traded Dak Prescott after his huge game the week before, and I got Derrick Henry back and another receiver. But then this week I got AJ Brown for CJ Stroud, Devontae Adams. And so Loading up, baby. We're going to the playoffs. So I don't have those Texans. I do have Tank Dell still, but I was telling you guys that CJ Stroud, those Texans, they'll surprise you. Like the fact that we're underestimated. I love it. I prefer to be the underdog. I prefer people not to jump on the bandwagon because those people are unbearable. I'm the biggest Eagles fan. And then as soon as like first play of the game, first quarter, something bad happens. It's the worst team I've ever seen. Season's over. It's like, son of a bitch. So I love it when they just sleep on us. I love it. Hey, you remember, we are the gauntlet. You remember this offseason. I try to tell them, dude, they want to talk about us having to run, this gauntlet. I've made fun of that gauntlet term for every day. I just actually posted the short clip not long ago on the YouTube. Like, they can doubt us all they want. You guys know I'm right here, man. I will continue to speak it into existence. It's dynasty season. And they're going to have to live with it. When we win the Super Bowl, they're going to be like, I hate him more than anything. I can't do it anymore. And I can't wait for that moment. Once they look, yeah, man. But that's not going to happen, right, Liz? He's going to come to the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's speak that into existence. Let's go. I got lucky. They always, well, our GM isn't good, so we don't have receivers. We traded Tyreek Hill. Like, oh, that's our fault, right? Just like the season last year was our fault. All this stuff's our fault. That Howie Roseman's a really great GM. And, like, no one's cheating. I mean, I break it down, like that stuff before it happens. The A.J. Brown trade, you guys remember we talked about that a couple weeks before it happened. Like, I show you the money, show you how you can extend him, restructure that money, cap hit lowered, all that stuff, man. And they're cheating. It's like, no, our GM's good. So like when you have good people in, your organization, not just on the football field, it kind of makes your team good. I know, crazy concept. They're wild out there, dude. Wild out there. And dude, they're gonna have to accept the fact that we just beat the Chiefs. So what, and I keep laughing about this gauntlet they want to call it. So right, we went through the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and obviously the Commanders were there too. But now we just beat the Chiefs. So the Niners are going to get that ass whooped right after the Bills do. And then, of course, the Cowboys and Seahawks too. So I'm not sure where this gauntlet is. And I'll continue laughing at it because what have I continued to say here? This is how you build a champion. You go through a schedule like that. Oh, my God, they're going to lose. No, dude, we're going to beat them. And, hey, maybe if we lose one or two of those games, which everybody insists has to happen, I don't think so. But God forbid, if it does, look, this team is going to continue to grow, and they fight to the death every damn game. And that's what I love about this team. And you've seen it every single week. And look, Roby's back, and we talked about how big of an addition he would be. So, I mean, as long as these guys are together, we're going to continue to get better. And I promise you, do it, dude. We are the dark side. I don't like, well, I guess Emperor Palpatine is over there. So I'm with you. Okay, they are the dark side. But I always liked that stuff in Star Wars, man. I'll be real with you. I was a big Darth Vader fan. I wasn't like huge into Star Wars or anything because I was out of my range. I was more into like X-Men and stuff, whatever. But dude, hey, he can. He can. Each couple's patients on Wednesday. They barely speak English, but the mom saw Eagles badge. That's right. Let's go. Let's go, Birds. It's universally known. Go Birds. It's the only thing you have to know. And dude, I've been around. Well, a small section of the United States. I was almost going to say I've been around the globe, but no, I haven't. But dude, anywhere I go, it's just a simple go Bird. So I love that. Or, go Eagles. Some people don't say that back, but they get it. And I love it. I love it. And, I'll always many people that are part of the show have been victim of it. Dude, I'll talk to you. And now that I have this show, I'll convince you to tune in. And we got a lot of people that way. So, let's go. Anton, my man, appreciate you tuning in. Long labor delivery. Well, we were in there talking Birds with me. Yo, love it. That's what's up. And dude, it's so funny to watch, and when you're an Eagles fan, it's so nice to be like, another Eagles fan, because everybody else is just going to shit talk you. They're not even going to talk football. They're just going to make stuff up, tell you something weird they heard for some other weird person. You're like, all right, dude. It's always so weird for me. For some reason, I think KB would definitely. Hey, I'm all about it, baby. Byard is playing well. What did we talk about for that bye week? Byard and Roby. With Roby coming back from injury, with Byard learning the system, expect big plays. And sure as shit, both of them make big plays. So That's what we do here. We break it all down. We talk about it while everybody wants to cut them, trade them. Oh, horrible moves. They're toast. We'll continue talking about what actually happens. So, Barnett, hey, we talked about all of it, man. But, this was something we've been talking about, right? He's been inactive for a reason. He was going to be let go. He got let go. So, and whether Watkins or Evans comes back, you could start Leonard on the practice squad. All that stuff we talked about. We'll see what happens. And, oh, yeah, they're just morons. Yep, that's completely correct there. Yeah, but anything on your mind? I'm trying to catch up here. Sorry. Love seeing the Cowboys and fans. Oh, dude. They're so ridiculous. We beat the crappiest team ever. We're so good. Said he had a plan to stop. Oh, yeah, he did great, didn't he? I love when everybody has shit to talk, but it's like, come on back now after it happens, and they never come back, ever. And I've been sitting here all year talking my shit, like standing on it, man. Like, ooh, it is what it is, dude. Hard to believe it's Friday and gonna be Saturday. It's crazy. This time we were just talking about at the beginning of the show, week 12. Going too fast for me here, folks. Going too fast. Cowboys Jenner saying I can't do it, man. Can't do it. I can't even follow Eagles people that talk with the cow. That stuff. I just prefer to talk Eagles football, man. I just don't. Because if they had anything like they wanted to talk and converse, like I body bag people. I love doing that. But when it's just like making shit up, and that's literally pretty much all it is on social media, like I am an old man. I don't have time for that. Like it's more power to the kids that do. I really bless them. I'm thankful for them because I ain't got time for that shit. I'm happy to talk with you sickos that love your birds. Statistically speaking, there is a 94% chance of the Eagles win the East. There's a 100% chance the Eagles win the East and the Super Bowl and build a dynasty. Mark that down, Linda. You know it. But appreciate you tuning in. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. And I love it, man. I want them to continue sleeping on us. Please do. Please do. Chiefs fans really talking about. No, I've seen them. I've seen it all. And look, man, every fan base is whiny because we are the best. Did I not explain this in the offseason? This moment would come. I told you. And then you're going to have everybody repeating me. I'll be the first to say it. The Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. It's like, no, dude. I actually have been the first. I've been trying. But every week it's fire everyone. Now they're getting on board. We just beat the Chiefs. They have to. And you remember that post before the game. I said, well, the day before the game, whatever. As soon as we beat the Chiefs here, you're going to see everybody jumping on board. They have to. Once we beat the Super Bowl contending, but they'll. And Liz had it. She said, but when we do, expect the excuses. But just who cares? And that's exactly. I try to relay that message. So I appreciate her trying to help me get that message across to people. Please, who cares? If these people knew anything about football, maybe I'd care. But they don't, and they don't ever get anything right. So. I don't care. The hardest part of our schedule. Hey, and did we not laugh then, Liz? I know you've been here since this offseason laughing with me. Did we not? Did we not tell them? And we beat them both. I mean, I saw it. They hate us because they ain't us, and I'm all about it, Paul, my man. And we don't let them. They're going to always, for my 974 years of existence, I'm telling you. I've been an Eagles fan since birth, and they will always hate us, and I actually kind of love that. We were cheating, I'm sure. Oh, dude, and that's the thing. They'll tell you that we are anyway. Like, I've seen some names like on, I don't know why it pops up. I have a new Twitter now, you guys know, because some assholes were pissed that I told them Hurts would develop. But look, man, you see the chaos there, but it's like, dude, they just are nuts. F them. Lose the ability. Oh, dude, they just... they will just, no matter what happens, they hate us, man. That's just how it is. Syria. Oh yeah, I posted that video there. Whoever has their TikTok down there on it, I'm sorry. But yeah, man. I love his passion, and I love that. You guys know I was a day one with Sirianni, not just Hurts. Not only was I the leader of the Hurts train, but Sirianni as well. And look, I loved his passion. I loved what I got to hear from the ex-players, and I think Shaq Leonard was one of them. So, how funny that is. So I'm kind of hopeful that connection kind of means something there. But I love his passion. I love that dude, and I always will. So we were in the Super Bowl, man, just last year. People are nuts, but let's pump the brakes on the young coordinators. These things being implemented with the young players, a young team with some veterans here that are very key and unfortunately going to be gone soon. But we're going to get this damn thing done. So Let them continue building. And this young coach who's very passionate, I love every second of it. Let them get offended about it. And you see how offended they're getting. It is ridiculous. Dang for being the Commanders and Giants. Oh, they're hilarious. I know what you meant. I sorry I said it, but dude, I was looking at his name. I'm a drifter. So short of Nick, it pissed me off calling him Dick. Oh yeah, that I have to scroll because I'm like, these people are such trolls, and it's like, whatever, dude. How do your friend who was a Bills fan feel about the game on Sunday? I don't know. He did text me when I went to look at what my source was saying, or if he said anything, because I always try to be like, hey, if you could, let me know. He sent me a Tyrese Maxey card. Well, let me be real with you. Tyrese Maxey, he's avoiding any football talk. So that right there answers your question. I thought if I went to my text, I would get my answer, and I sure did. Nothing about the fact that in 2 days he's going to catch that ass beating. Well, obviously he's avoiding that for a reason, and I sure as hell don't blame him. But dude, it's going to be a fun one. I'm not saying, obviously we have shown teams, can find ways to beat us, and they're going to do everything they can. But we have also shown we can find ways to win games. So let's just go out here, whoop some ass. We're wearing our Kelly Greens, and it's in our home. It's going to be sweet. I can't wait. I really cannot wait for it. I'm pumped up. And Sirianni's a man, dude. I love him. And, this dude is continuously winning, and I try to understand where the hatred comes for a lot of these people, but it's reactionary. A lot of people listen to these weirdos out there, and I'm very gracious. I don't watch ESPN or listen to the radio, any of those stations, anything like that. I can't do it, man. When I was younger, I loved that stuff. I used to do it all the time, but it was just like, there's literally the reason I created this. It was just like, I wonder if people would like someone that actually, and I've been working my ass off to make these connections, and I've made them, and I would like to make more, and obviously get jobs within the organization of the Eagles. So we got a long way to go. I'm just saying that, we're continuing to build here, and I just obviously I wanted you guys to have an opportunity to come somewhere and be like, oh, I can trust this guy. Oh, this guy's going to tell me something. Like, why have people out here that make stuff up or just don't know what they're talking about? I don't get it. And they hated Sirianni, hated Hurts, and it's like, I loved them. I mean, so and you guys, you sickos love this stuff. So that's all I ask for, man. Is any update on your source and Shaq? We just talked about it the whole time, Mark. But give you a little recap if I can. It's between the Eagles and Cowboys, and it looks like that, he might make his decision by tonight or tomorrow. And I'm hopeful we're talking about it tomorrow. If not, for me, I thought it was going to be, maybe you wait till Monday because you got the game being played and stuff. But that's what I was told. So we'll see, man. But he said a real good chance because there's some things going down, and he's got some things to think over. But, my source is actually, of course, close with this dude and familiar with him. And I told the story earlier, but it's like, well, dude, call him, like, say something, but that's an NFL player, man. Like, imagine, obviously he's way more like he works with these dudes every day, but it's like, imagine, like texting this dude, be like, hey, why don't you sign with the Eagles? Like telling this man what to do with his money, with his family. Like, these are human beings, man. So as much as it's like, fun to joke around with them, like obviously he's not going to be out there like, come on, dude. But you hope that, hey, he's got a friend here. He's got Sirianni here. He's got Super Bowl hopes here. So, hey, I'm hopeful that tomorrow I'm, woo, let's go. Just got myself a Black Friday deal on Shaq Leonard. Let's ride, all pro. And look, yeah, obviously we talked about the injury, but put him on the practice squad, let him get into the system, get healthy, and I'm all about it. But let's go. No, just these two here, but we could use them. I've said it over and over again. You can wear them 3 times. Now, the only thing is you can't wear it in the Super Bowl. So in the playoffs, you can wear them. So maybe we're seeing who we play there, and maybe we'll bust them on out, because that'd be pretty cool if which we are going to lock up home field advantage, right? So that way they came into this season thinking that let's only wear them twice. That way we have a home playoff game, and we tell them, hey, guess what, guys? We're busting out the Kelly Greens for this playoff game. I'd love to come back to this clip and be like, holy shit, it's happening. Let's go. But you've heard me say it since the moment they announced those bad boys. You can wear them 3 times, but only have 2 down. Now, I'd love to see him a 3rd time, so let's hope so. What would be awesome would be to see the white versions. But hey, I'm not getting ahead of myself because you can wear jerseys, different jerseys. It's just the helmets you can only have 2 of. So we'll see. But cannot wait to see the Kelly Greens. That's what's up, my man Paul. If you love the fake stuff, Syria, yeah, man, and they love fake news. I don't know why this new generation, why this world is all about that stuff, but that's why I created this. I was like, oh hell no, I can't stand it, dude. Why would you want someone that's like, oh, my source told me, and then that stuff never happens? If that person ever did that, I'd be like, don't. And I tell you guys that all the time. If I ever tell you something and then that doesn't happen, or if like, oh, you were lying, like I want you to stop following me, because I would never tell you something unless it came from my source. Like, and every time I tell you something, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Like what would be the point? Well, I guess because those people get paid and a lot of clicks and so I guess it makes sense. That's if people continuously, engage that stuff, that's what's going to make it. So I don't understand it. Trust me, I don't. Yeah, right. Get in the good words, Steichen. But yeah, Sirianni and he, they got. I saw an interview with Shaq Leonard before. I totally remember this. It was him, and he was like at his locker and he was talking about Sirianni, because I was digging as soon as we had that first interview. You guys saw. I did a show on every coaching candidate before we signed Sirianni, and then I talked about in his second interview, like, this is the dude, man. Like, it's happening, and yep, broke all that down, but look, good things from players like Shaq Leonard about Sirianni. So maybe he wants to come play for him, like the Kelly Green. But I think he would, dude. He'd be crazy not to. Come on, dude. Come on down. Kelly Green, no doubt, man. I'm just happy to have what we have here. I love these bad boys. Hey, I'm hoping they're saving them for a special occasion. It'd be very nice. So I can see Wayne Helmets return. No, I'm down with the green ones. I'd much prefer the green over the white, but look, you can pick 2, so I'm down with the green and the midnight green and the Kelly green. So that's what I've been. You guys that have been following me know I've for years pissed off about that 2 shell rule. I just 1 shell rule. Then it was 2, and we were too late, and we put in for the black. But then they came out the Kelly green, and it was like, son of a. Been waiting too long. And the last time we saw them, even before that, was like the 1960s version. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm all about it. I hope you guys are enjoying the Kelly Green week. Hope you're enjoying your week in general, holiday season. Hope you're getting pumped up. Hopefully tomorrow we are talking about Shaq Leonard coming here to the Philadelphia Eagles. Please, I'm not going to lie to you. Got a little ahead of myself. Created a few graphics here in hopes. I think I did show you guys one earlier by accident. But look, I'm hopeful for it. And I'm not sitting here saying, like, this guy's here. He's all pro. He's starting right off the bat. I've literally repeated a million times. He started the practice squad, learn the system, see what he's got. Why not? No brainer for me, but you'll always have negative Nancy's. You'll have people upset that I have sources. There's nothing I can do for them. They're always going to be upset, and I'm going to continue to try to help. But, man, it is what it is. But allowed to rock the blackout jerseys this season. Yeah, you can, but don't know that they will. We'll see. I wouldn't be against it. They can't do the black helmets, but as I was mentioning, you can only have 2 different colored helmets there. Playoff game, yeah, man. Would it not? I would love every second of it. Any playoff game, get it in there. If they're smart, they'd have the retro week when every team wears the retro jerseys for the game. Well, I just think that these teams want to wear them at their home games so that they can sell the throwback merchandise and make a lot of money off of it. So why ever the stupid rule is the way it is, and then you see basketball and they can wear 600,000 different uniforms each season. Whatever. They don't want to make more money. More people would buy stuff. More people would be excited about it. My hair's all crazy. Has it been like that the whole time? Jesus. Lord and Savior there. But look, man, this team, whatever they're wearing, I don't care, because we're going to go get that 10th win, baby. Double-digit season. Here we come. And let's go get that bye week so we don't have to play on that shit field of the Jets. I'm getting tired of watching people tear their Achilles, getting leg injuries on that damn field. Jets and the Giants. So, I mean, like, the fact that two teams play on this damn field is just, it's irresponsible of the NFL. It really is. And you're costing people money. I'd be suing their ass if I were a player. So we got to get healthy and sit our starters by that last game of the season against the Giants. That is my hope. Please, for the love of God. But I think we're on the way there. So let's stay confident in this team. But dude, they make some of the dumbest rules, and they're a $1 billion company. So, I mean, so stupid. Frankfurt Yellow Jacket were the most hideous throwbacks, and I love the history, man. I do. But I do not like those at all, and I never did. Those players Jordan's killing on that field today. Yeah, Dolphins as well. What I remember, Jalen Phillips. I saw. Think that's what you're saying. The Dolphins and the Jets. Yeah. Jalen Phillips and then Javon Holland got hurt too, I believe it was. So, yeah, man. I don't speak preaching to the choir. I just drives me insane. I don't know why they don't do it. I love that stuff, but it is what it is, man. But you guys, I love each and every one of you. Again, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great weekend planned. Maybe you got some more cool stuff with family. Christmas, month away almost here. Oh, my Lord. So let's go. But these Fan Fridays, man, I love them. And I cannot thank you enough for tuning in. And if you're watching this tomorrow, maybe my man Drew's going to tune in from Germany. I would totally understand if he's sleeping right now, dude, like 4 a.m. But he pops up sometimes at like 4 a.m. He's nuts. Love the dude. But you guys are watching this later. You want to comment down below. You want to talk some birds. Always down. You got some questions. I'm hopeful. And if anything happens, trust me, I will get it to you as quick as I can. But I'm going to try to stay patient. But of course, I'm going to be looking at my phone every 3 seconds like, oh, please, God. Because I had to I get too many notifications. I had to turn the sound off. But I will get that news and I will relay it to you. Hopefully tomorrow, unless it's the other decision, then I'm just going to be pissed off. But let's go. But I know exactly what you meant. I had to think about it for a second, so don't worry about it at all. You know me. I am the High Plains Drifter. But when you're getting real tight indeed for the Eagles and for me. So it's always, yeah, no doubt. If the Eagles take care of business, they'll be able to say, hey, man. And look, they're going to take care of business. Mark it down. But you know what's coming, Anton, my man. But I hope you're all having yourselves a great Friday night. Again, happy Thanksgiving to you all, or happy holidays, whatever it is, you got going on there. But I love each and every one of you. Thank you again, China, getting that mailbag question in. Thank you to everybody who took the time to ask questions, come in here, asking, whatever the hell you guys like. I literally love the fact that I literally can just depend on you guys to come in here. We could probably sit here for 6 hours because you guys just keep hitting me with them. So I love every second of that. I'm not going to lie to you. I really, I can't thank you enough. So I know Liz was in here, Linda, China, Anton, Paul was in here. I know that Donnie was in here at the beginning. Luffy was in here at one point. So many. Dank, my man, was here. I can't remember because I'm a drifter. Hey, look, I've warned you a million times. That's just kind of, how it is. So you're going to have to deal with it, man. But if you love Eagles stuff, I'm just saying, then you can deal with the crazy, right? But my man Mark was in here. I know anybody else, again, I'm only forgetting you because I forget my name half the time. But I do love each and every one of you. Again, you're watching this later, or hey, you can be watching now. You want to continue talking birds, you can always comment down below or reach out to any of those platforms down there. But yeah, have yourselves a great weekend. Tomorrow I will be back. Practice squad elevations for both teams and also top 13 matchups, baby. So I'm going to be breaking this down. And you guys have seen these shows each week. I give you everything you possibly need to know about like every individual on each effing team. So I know a lot of you guys appreciate that stuff, but if you're into that stuff, you're a true sicko, check those bad boys out. I'm going to be putting the top matchups out tomorrow, but Behind Enemy Lines is out, all that other stuff. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, let me hear you. Go Birds!